Nokia 6 2018 looks identical to its predecessor, the original Nokia 6 with a slightly tweaked design, but most of the changes were made inside. Now this device rocks the mid-range octa-core Snapdragon 630 chipset, up from the fairly low-end Snapdragon 430 used in the previous model. 4GB of RAM also comes standard in this 2018 version, and getting Oreo update at the same month of its release was like cherry on top. So we can expect a slightly better performance out of this device. Hey, what is going on everyone, rAtul here from TechrAtz, and in this video, let's take a look at all good and bad about this mid-budget device, and you will decide if it's a perfect choice for you or not. This video is brought to you by Smart Gadget BD. They offer almost all the international brand smartphones in a very reasonable price, so if you are from Bangladesh, check the link in the description for more information. As always, let's start with the packaging. Packaging is very minimal here. Sliding from the bottom, you will get the device of course, a SIM ejection tool, some paperwork, and another box. The second box contains the USB-C cable and a 5V 9A charging brick which supports fast charging. Let's move them aside and take a look at the device. It has a full aluminum design like the previous model, but in terms of design, it's a bit different. It has this nice copper accent going around the edge, which gives this device a distinct look. Overall footprint is a tad bit smaller, but this 2018 version is 0.3mm thicker. The biggest design change on this device is probably the fingerprint position. As you can see, the fingerprint now can be found on the back. You may think it's a welcome addition, right? Though rear-mounted fingerprint feels more ergonomic, this one certainly doesn't, because fingerprint on this device is in an awkwardly lower position. Not only that, it's very small for some reason, so you will have a hard time finding that to unlock your device, but in terms of speed, it's very fast. Another design flaw in my opinion is the display. Where most of the late 2017 mid-range devices come with an 18:9 panel, this one has been launched in the month of January 2018 but still comes with an old 16:9 display. This is truly disappointing, Nokia. The design is pretty good though, except the awkwardly positioned fingerprint and old aspect ratio display. It feels quite good in the hand as you could expect from Nokia. Buttons feels really tactile, and it has a hybrid slot where you can use either 2 nano SIM or a single SIM and a microSD card. It also has a USB Type-C port for charging. Now let's move on to the display. As I said earlier, I was a bit disappointed for the aspect ratio, but if you ignore that, I was very amazed by its touch response. It's very smooth to the touch. In fact, I can't remember one single device in this price range that comes close to this one. And there is a very small touch latency. The 1080p panel is pleasing to see as well. Color and contrast is very good, and it gets plenty of bright, so you will have no problem to see even in outdoor. Viewing angles are great, so you will have a good experience during the media consumption. And though it's an IPS panel, black gets quite black, so the ambient display works just fine. Mid-range devices often fall apart when it comes to camera performance, but I was quite impressed with its 16MP f2.0 rear camera, especially in daylight condition. Because of its 1 micron size pixel, you can expect some very good details in your pictures even in low lighting conditions. Dynamic range is good too. Look at all these pictures I took with Nokia 6 2018 for better understanding. It can also record videos up to 4K 30fps. 8MP f2.0 front-facing camera is a decent performer as well, as you can see in all these pictures. Pro tip, in auto mode, it blurs out the background, so if you want a regular selfie, set the camera to manual mode and then take the picture. The camera app have typical Nokia controls, but the shutter speed felt a bit slow to me. Moving towards the performance, the device is rocking the latest mid-range octa-core Snapdragon 630 chipset combined with Adreno 508 GPU. 4GB of RAM also comes standard in all the variant, so you can expect some solid performance out of this device, and it just delivers that. Going through the UI is buttery smooth, especially with the Android 8.0 Oreo, which I'll be talking more in a minute. I didn't experience one single lag during my past 7 days of use. The benchmarking scores are on point, and it crushes the lower graphics intensive games like Subway Surfer, and high intensive games like Gear Club and Modern Combat 5 runs as good as on a flagship device. Let's take a look at the gaming performance for a while, or you can skip to the next section if you want to. It came with Android 7.1.2 Nougat out of the box, which was okay, but the day after I got the device, Oreo update was waiting for me to download, which was really surprising. As the device has only launched in China, it runs the Chinese ROM, not the global one. So it didn't come with Google Play Store built in, I had to install it manually. And the default launcher doesn't have any app drawer, so I'm using the Novo launcher here. Overall, the software experience is almost stock-like except some Chinese apps, but it's very stable. 3000 mAh battery is powering this device. I know what you are thinking right now. It's very small compared to what Xiaomi and some other mid-budget devices offer, but trust me on this, I was able to pull some solid battery performance out of this phone. I was getting 6 to 7 hours of screen on time consistently, which is incredibly impressive considering this was heavy use, a lot of YouTube, taking phones and some gaming, and its standby time was mind-blowing. Maybe that's because of its stock-like UI, and when you suck up all its juice, you can top up fairly quickly with the 5V 9A fast charger included inside the box. It took me roughly 1 hour and 45 minutes to reach from less than 20% to 100%. So if you can overlook the display ratio and fingerprint positioning, this device is a solid contender to the similarly priced phones like Oppo F5, Huawei Nova 2i or even the new Xiaomi Redmi 5 Plus. Now the choice is yours. Well, that's all for today. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash that like button and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can also let me know your thoughts about this video in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. Peace out.